let's talk about you and your sick little fucking fetish.
And I am back. It's been a very, very long time since Weeb Wednesday. It's been about one whole week. It is September 11th, currently 3 p.m. This video will be out this Wednesday. I'm here to talk about the brand new at Ignister, the Arrival. Now, let me just get into what happened. I wanted to talk about last week's episode, but then I kind of got carried away. Ended up leaving the house or something. Then days passed, and I said, shit. But then at the same time, I was like, well, let me go ahead. Let me wait until the new episode comes out. So that brings us to this week. So I can kind of do a 2-in-1. My suspicions are being correct. I have not seen any videos from Yugioh Everything, by the way. And on top of all that, I haven't seen any TGS anime videos either. But I'm going to speculate, and I'm saying this right now. Next episode is going to be the last Yugioh Vrains episode. And if for some reason it is not, the next one will be. End of it. The literal end of it. The end of the series. But I was going strong on saying that the next episode will be the last episode. Because the duel started late last episode. And the duel is continuing on strong, but the duel did not end this episode, and looks like Yusaku's in a real pinch. Next episode, looks like there's going to be some more plot woven in, but there's going to be a sure as heck a resolution to this duel next episode. That is what I'm going to go ahead and bet my money on, but I ain't a betting man, and I ain't got no money. So, let me go ahead and talk about what has happened, what has led up here. Yusaku walks into the facility, and, well, okay. There's this really good part with the music going. Then Ryoken just throws Yusaku's card. Ryoken throws his card at Yusaku. He catches it, music stops, or, music stops, whatever. Anyway, that's a really big part. I do like that. And I'm going to say right now, well, hold on. You know what? I'll get to that. I haven't even began to talk about the duel yet. In case you haven't figured it out, I'm not going to be talking about any other anime. All I'm going to be talking about this episode is Yugioh Vrains. Both episodes, episode 114 and 115. I believe that's what the episodes were. I don't know. I should go back because, oh my goodness, I don't actually remember the 117 and 118. Okay, so Yusaku walks in to this building. I was thinking to myself, maybe he should have caught a ride with Ryoken, take him over there. But at the same time, well, you know what, maybe he needs to really think about this as he walks in there, and all that stuff. So either way, he goes in there. He meets Ai in person. Ai throws him a bit of a yay welcome party, and they get walking, they get talking, and Ai's gonna make himself some robot counterparts. I was gonna say babies, but not quite. Maybe, kinda. He's going to go ahead and split himself in two. He's going to go ahead and basically unleash them onto the world with free will and see what happens. So Yusaku has to stop him now. They duel, and I like how when they enter the Vrains, it's just they're in a tornado. They're in this whirlwind. And the match just starts. And they're off to it. It's a very good, it's a very fluent duel, which I'm very happy to see here. Yusaku basically just summons out Decode Talker, sets a card, ends his turn. Which sad, it's not very powerful, but Ai goes, he gets out Dark Templar, Phoenix, some other cards, and Ai is the duelist that is most closest to using a Pendulum Monster. Sadly, and is turning his own monster into a continuous spell card and letting it be treated as that. So okay, he even puts it in the farthest left zone on the field. So there's your pendulum. There's your pendulum monster, guys. There it is, right there. Using another card effect, he summons out another monster using some other card effect. He summons out that monster that's in the Smart Trap card zone. Then he goes into, I think that's when he goes into Dark Templar. I could be wrong. That's when he goes into Dark Templar with the Ling Karibo. So he goes into Dark Templar. Dark Templar effect activates. He summons out the 3 monsters. He goes into Phoenix like that. Then he just basically beats the shit out of Yusaku, and Yusaku's like, oh shit. And then he tells Yusaku, "You gotta fight back, boy." That starts this week's episode with Yusaku saying, "Wow, we really have to fight, don't we?" And he's like, "Yep." So Yusaku basically goes into more fluid combos where he brings out not only Cyverse Magician, but Cyverse Clock Dragon as well, boosting him up to 7,500. Big numbers, but hold on, we all watched the episode. You know the big numbers are going to come even higher. He hits I pretty hard. And I say I brings out I show showtime, and here he hits what we want to see Bowman do all this time. It wasn't Bowman who was going to do it. It was I who was going to do it. I brings out all the monsters that represent the Ignises at Ignisters. He brings out Fire Phoenix, which is Flames monster. That's already in the field. Dark Templar, which is him. He brings out the Pegasus. He brings out the Lightning Dragon, or the Light Dragon, or yeah, I guess it's Lightning Dragon. Then he brings out the fusion monster. That's a rock monster. That's Earth, obviously. And then Yusaku has no choice but to end his turn. I goes and he ritual summons into the Water Ignis, the Water Dragon, Leviath Dragon. And so there is all 5 or all 6 Ignises right there on the field. And all different attributes, as we all wanted, with the Hydra heads to be each attribute and all that. I is literally like all the things I saw about Bowman's deck, about how Bowman should have had this, or each head should have been a certain attribute or based on effect. That is what I's deck is, but a more fluent, more consistent, more better, well-rounded deck. This is what we deserve as a final boss, antagonist deck to have. Just all this great stuff in it. I basically goes ahead and attacks, and there's this Cyverse monster that Yusaku has in his graveyard that basically looks like those little trash cans from Zeal, which is what I thought. He banishes that shit, and that shit has a really powerful effect. His monsters lose their effects. The monsters can't attack because of they have to have basically attack that like matches or whatever, or goes beyond the attack of the monster they're trying to attack. So he gets stopped in his place. Main phase 2 hits. He does it. He pulls out of his ass by modifying a little bit of Bowman's work. He pulls out Link 6, the Arrival at Ignista. This fucker looks like the final boss battle shit right here. With 0 attacks, so you know it's gonna be some bullshit right here. So he has to basically use 6 monsters. So this is anime as fuck right here. 6 monsters, 6 different attributes. So obviously his deck fits the bill 100%. Dark, fire, wind, light, earth, water. Boom. Right there. 6. Let's go. Link summons. Link 6. First ever, because Link 5 was one hell of a ride. Link 6, bitch. Here we go. Link summon this shit. Right next to Judgment Arrows itself. Which, yeah, he also played Judgment Arrows. He then uses effects to basically bump up his monster's attack. So, because he used 6 monsters, he gets to make that the Arrival's monsters at Ignister become 6,000. On top of that, he goes up 1,000 for each card on his field, which is like what? Then it gets to destroy a monster because why not? So he gets rid of Quantum Dragon. Then it shits out a token, and then he uses that token to link summon it to basically link Devotee, but it's actually the Ignister version of it. It's like something Disciple, Templar Disciple, whatever the hell it's called. And that monster cannot be targeted for attack, so he has no choice but to deal with the Arrival itself. So Yusaku goes. Yeah, the episode's not finished. And Yusaku basically, he summons. He gets out basically Cyverse. No, he gets out Firewall Exceed Dragon, and then he Synchro Shogun Cyverse Quantum Dragon. So we went Fusion, Ritual, Synchro, XZ, and Link. that is all the summoning we've done. Do note he summoned each a very different type, so we're gonna see. I think next episode we are gonna see Dark Fluid Cyverse Dragon or Firewall Dark Fluid Dragon next episode, which I think is gonna be pretty interesting. Maybe a new card will be born out of this as well. So he goes into those monsters. He tries to use that little, bounce back your monster to your hand. But boom, the monster is unaffected by the opponent's card effects, so you have to kill it through battle. Or it's unaffected by the monster effects, I should say. So you have to kill it by battle unless you have a dark hole or something. So pretty good card, especially for that boom it's bringing. The XC Dragon's just there looking pretty for now. But as the attacks being bounced back, episode ends, and it's like, well, wait for next week now. So let me talk a little bit about this thing. Ai's going to split himself into two. A little bit more than two, I should say. Every time I say that, I keep referencing Crimson Cloud from Devil May Cry 5, V's theme. Split myself in two. Yeah. Anyway, so Ai's going to basically kill himself. He's going to fracture his free will to then go ahead and birth his creation, and that's it. Playmaker's dead, and that's it. That's the goal right there, to see what the hell's gonna happen. On the flip side, if Yusaku wins, Ai's no more, AI revolution's down, everyone's back, everyone's happy. Yusaku doesn't want to kill Ai. He does not want to kill Ai. Alright, I understand. We have to find a new way to break out of this. We have to really use our heads this time around. So the card Ryokan gave to Yusaku, I don't think that was just like a third copy of Signet Optimization. I'm just going to say that. I think the card he gave to him is the same card Yusaku was like, well, shit, if you're playing serious, well, then I got to use this card too. So he used a card early on the duel, which is basically a Cyverse counterpart to Goat Sarcophagus. Goat Sarcophagus, in case you do not know, and I'm not talking about the Goten, obviously, I'm talking about the card effect itself, reads, banish one card face up, and during your second standby phase, add that card to your hand. This card he uses like Cyverse something, whatever, Expulsion, I think, or something like that. Expungin, I don't remember the name. So he banishes one card from his deck face down, which is pretty interesting. So it hides the information from your opponent, so your opponent does not know. So it's basically hidden data. So Ai doesn't know the card, only Yusaku does. If it was Goat Sarcophagus, everybody would know what card it was, what card he was aiming to get. So it's face down. The viewers don't know, but we can all go ahead and speculate it is indeed the card Ryokan gave to him, or some other powerhouse of a card. Because after that, he ends his sentence. Again, sometimes that happens in Yu-Gi-Oh! And all that stuff. And I think if he survives this turn with the arrival, I think next turn after that, he'll be adding that card to his hand or something, or he's going to have to give up 500 life points or half his life points to add that banished card back to his hand. Something like that. Or whatever. There's also an effect that let him, I think, draw a card, or he did something in like the last couple of minutes as he went to the last two monsters, and he just drew that card, or no, he added a card from his deck to his hand, and that could also be the card Ryokan gave him. And someone said in the comments here on Verb that basically that card Ryokan gave him was Mirror Force, which character-wise would make sense, but I think Ryokan, I don't think I would fall for a Mirror Force. I think it has to be a bigger card. It has to be a bigger player of a card than Mirror Force. I think it's some brand new bullshit card. They said that he didn't put in the extra deck. However, I'm pretty sure, because we don't know how the technology works, I think Yusaku has his main deck and his extra deck combined in that dual disc, and he just sticks it in there. Because here's the thing, it's not a regular dual disc. It is a device that helps you link up into the Vrains, but you have to have the physical cards. Because he still had Decode Talker in his physical deck. Also, it's not like he shuffled it or anything, because I actually expected the dual disc itself to shuffle, but it didn't. I think we actually seen that in other Yu-Gi-Ohs where if someone gets a card from someone, they put in the dual disc, it shuffles, and it's all there basically. Or before dual shuffles, I think that happened with like Yuya. I could be wrong. But his deck, he didn't shuffle his deck, so that means when the cards he drew would be there. But it's kind of like Yugioh Pro. When you log into Yugioh Pro, you start up a duel. It isn't sorted. Your deck isn't sorted, so you're not gonna draw those like 3 whatever cards you sorted there. It's gonna automatically shuffle. So I think it's the same thing with Vrains. When you log on there, it's like, okay, you're here, you're connected to duel. Your decks are obviously gonna be shuffled. He keeps shuffling his deck with every search he does. So technically, gameplay rules and all that. So that's kind of the thing with that. So just because he put that card on top of the deck doesn't mean it's not an extra deck monster. Doesn't mean he didn't shuffle his deck or anything like that. Maybe it is an extra deck monster. Maybe it is a Link 7 or a Link 8 monster. I don't know. I think more it's a Spell and Trap card type of thing that Ryo can give them to just fuck up with Eye. Maybe it is Messenger of Peace. How funny would that be if he's like, the card Ryokan gave me, and he's just Messenger of Peace. And in case you don't know Messenger of Peace, if you don't want to look it up, the card states that basically neither player can attack with the monster that has 1,500 or more attack. It's a very old school card, very very old, used for control and shit. I think that would be funny, to be honest, because I has this big old 7,000 attack monster. Or no, sorry, it's not 7,000. Isaku's the one with 7,000. Well, he did have a monster with 7,000. I has a monster with like 10,000, 11,000 attack. I think, if I remember. Whew, all that shit, and wow, I'm practically done because there wasn't that much story. All this was just dueling. There's not much to talk about with dueling. I would like to talk about the end credits now, which the end credits. To their credits, or I guess sorry, not the end credits. The preview to the next episode. It looks like maybe we're gonna be going into a flashback with Ai, what happened after all the Ignises died and stuff. Maybe he had a talk with Lightning. It looks like that, or looks like he's gonna go confront Lightning on something. We'll get an insight. Remember, I did say at the beginning of this that Lightning told him a secret, or he got a secret from Lightning that gave him more insight on something. And we haven't heard anything about that. Maybe this is it. Maybe the writers remembered that, or maybe they forgot altogether. Who knows? So with that's it. Next episode though, I'll probably make 2 Weeb Wednesdays if I really feel like it. Because I'm trying to remember about the Demon Girl Next Door, and there's nothing really to talk about. So they're not really. They're meme filled shows, but they're not filled with story. Shit, it's hot. All right. Well, I think that would be it. You could go ahead and follow me on Twitter. Okay, let me turn off that fan. You could go ahead and follow me on Twitter at SMOSHOO M45. You could find me at, well, look in the description of most of my videos because I don't really want to name off everything. So yeah, if you have an account on any of those websites or apps, just add me if you want. Fuck, I don't know. On Twitter, I say the most outrageous things. So there's that. Bada bing, bada boom. Subscribe if you want to, and like if you also. All the videos you see being uploaded are scheduled videos, so I don't actually remember what the hell I've uploaded. I just said, fuck, I'm gonna do a lot of memes, then I'm just gonna. Memes, quote unquote. I'm just put a lot of short videos here. I don't know what the fuck. So the only thing I've actually been uploading more recently has been Weeb Wednesday. Have I burned all the Halo things yet? I don't know. I need to remember. No one asked me that. It just came into my head. What the hell is this? The fuck? What the hell? Something in my fucking CD shit. Computers don't come with like the CD shit anymore. Like, you gotta have like an external one. It's fucking bullshit. It doesn't make any fucking sense. Hey, as long as the Mac runs good, you know what I mean? Oh shit, I just hit this thing. Alright. I'm gonna go play more Sanran Kagura Peach Ball and get my mind off some things. Like waiting for the next episode and waiting for my goddamn gold sarcophagus tin. Yes, God has damned it. You heard me. Alright. I hope I get some good pulls. I don't have a stand for like video shit, so I can't really do that. A little update on the color streams. I wish I could color more. I mean, I have the time to, obviously, but I don't have a camera for that. I would love to, though. Don't get me wrong. We could blast him if you've heard my fucking voice this long. Hit me up in those streams, but I don't have that equipment, so I can't be doing that. So, with all things said and done, I think I think if I lives, they're gonna be pulling a Yu-Gi-Oh! Zil, where somehow, some way, maybe it doesn't have to be with all the Ignises like it was with all the Barians, but maybe I lives happily ever after with Yusaku and friends. I think that's a direction it's heading. If anything, pretty interesting. I think. Maybe a little hint of 5Ds there, where him and Yusaku go their separate ways and shows them years later. Maybe I's working as ice cream man for the kids, for the children. Un niños. All right, that's about it. That's all I have to say. Is it? Yeah. Yeah. Hey, before I forget, if you guys want to hear me sing any more songs, go ahead and ask me. Leave that shit in the description. Leave that shit in the comments or whatever. Text me that shit on Twitter and all that jazz. I kind of want to sing some hymn songs. If you got a song you think I may want to cover, I may or may not do it. But hey, just say, hey Shmoo, I want to hear more of this, or hey Shmoo, cover this shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what the fuck I mean. Anyway, peace out, my homie niggas. Super secret. Shh. I went really black. I didn't mean. I've been watching this movie called Ma. Some scary shit. It's really fucking funny. You should watch it.